Lechu neranena l'Adonai. Naria, Naria, letzur ishenu, nekadma fanav betoda. Naria, Naria, letzur ishenu, bizmirot naria lo. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. The heavens shall be glad and the earth rejoice, the sea in its fullness roar. The meadows and all that grows in them exult, even the trees of the forest shall sing praise, as Adonai comes to judge the earth, judging lands with righteousness and people with divine truth. We'll continue with Yismachu Hashamayim, middle of page 14. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umlo. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umlo. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim. Shamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. We will turn ahead to page 21, and we'll continue with Mizmor LeDavid, Psalm 29. Please rise, page 21. Mizmor LeDavid, Havul Adonai b'nei Elim, Havul Adonai kavod va'oz, Havul Adonai kevod shemo, Hishtachavul Adonai behadrat kodesh. Kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai al mayim rabim. Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai behadar, Kol Adonai shover arazim, Vaishaber Adonai et arzei halvanon, Vayarkidem kemo egel Levanon, Vesirion kemo ven re'emim. Kol Adonai chotzev lavotesh, Kol Adonai yachil midbar, yachil Adonai midbar kadesh. Kol Adonai yecholel ayalot, vayechesov yeharot, uvehechalo kulo omer kavod. Adonai lamabul yashav, vayeshev Adonai melech le'olam, Adonai os le'amo yitein, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. You may be seated. We'll continue now with Lachadodi on page 23. We'll do the first two stanzas on 23, the middle stanza on 24, and then when we get to the final stanza on 25, we'll all rise and face the entrance to welcome Shabbat. Page 23, Lachadodi. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela, Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad hishmi'anu, El hamiuchad Adonai echad, Ushemo echad l'shem ultiferet, ve'litchila lechadodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela, Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelecha ki mekor ha'am beracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machashava techila lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela hitoreri kiva orech kumi uri shir daberi kevod Adonai alaich nigla lecha jodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Please rise and face the entrance. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha uvetzola toch emune am segula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Ay lai 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 ya lai 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 lecha dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabela. You may be seated. The righteous flourish like the date palm, thrive like a cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of Adonai. They flourish in our God's courtyards. We'll continue middle of page 28 with Tzadikat Amar. Tzadikat Amar Yiferach Ke'erez Balvanon Yiske Shetulim Beveit Adonai Bechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Od Yenuvun Beseva Deshenim verananim yiyu lehagid ki yashar Adonai tsuri velo avalatabo. Before we continue with Mariv, I'd like to invite everyone to turn to page 178. We'll continue with the prayer for the state of Israel, Avinu Shabashamayim, at the top of the page. Avinu, Avinu, Shabashamayim, Sur Yisrael v'goalo. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Barech, Barech, et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Tzmichat Geulateinu, Hagen Aleha, Bevrat Chastecha, Uferos Aleha, Sukat Shalomecha. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Sur Yisrael v'goalo. Avinu Shabashamayim, stronghold and redeemer of the people Israel, bless the state of Israel, that it may be the beginning of our redemption. Shield it with your love, spread over it the shelter of your peace. Guide its leaders and advisors with your light and your truth. Help them with your good counsel. Strengthen the hands of those who defend our holy land. Deliver them, crown their efforts with triumph. Bless the land with peace and its inhabitants with lasting joy. And let us say, Amen. We'll turn back a few pages to page 173. We'll continue with the Misha Berach prayer for those who are ill. If you have the name of someone you would like to say out loud this evening, please go ahead and rise. And after I read through the names on our list, we'll go around the room. You can say the name out loud. And if there's anyone online, you can unmute at that time as well. We'll continue with the Debbie Friedman Misha Berach, top left-hand corner of page 173. Misheberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. And let us say, Amen. Leah bat Sarah, Moshe Tzindel ben Sarah, Yaakov Achana bat Rivka Simcha, Shena Rezel bat Sima, Adam Chaim ben Sarah, Nisan ben Esther, Shoshana Lena bat Yochevet, Kira bat Ariel, Batcha bat Chana, Talia Devora bat Brana, Judith Siegel Yehudit bat Ruth, Ernest Eninger Yisrael ben Ita, Don Satz, David ben Leah, Melissa Lawrence, Shemira Cherut, Bat Sarah, Jack Azuz, Yaakov ben Limid, Rick Hammer, Ezra ben Yadaroisha, Judy Pitkovsky, Yehudit Bat Rivka, Diane Chodorow, Jennifer Brown Lerner, Eva Kiris, Ken Gasser, Harvey Colchin, Jennifer Hayden, Julia Damaro, Elva Pineda, Nancy Levick, Killian Parker, Tanya Boberick, Marion Camerlingo, Terry Lukanik, Stephen Lukanik, Robert Lukanik, Patty Locks, Gary Guto, Nancy Rummage, Lynn Sinowitz, Chessie Idanopoulos, Francis Gilston, Doris Duhigg, Amy Stone, June Shadman, Pam Daly, Andrew Bustamante, Linda August, Damon LaForce, Judy Sherman, Virginia Fell, and Thomas Narr.
Easter Meyer, Caleb Bennis, Monique Radinsky, Skylar Picaro.
Is there anyone online who would like to add a name?
Charles Gelfand, Chaim Ba'er ben Rochel Ital.
Thank you. Anyone else? Misheberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha La'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. May they all find the healing that they so need and so deserve. We'll turn back to page 39A and we'll continue with the Mariv evening service for Shabbat. I'd like to invite everyone to please rise for the Baruch at the top of the page 39A. Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach le'olam va'ed. You may be seated. Please join me on the English side in the middle of the page. Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tsebaot is your name. Living and ever-present God, may your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. U'ma'avir yom u'mevi laila, u'mabdil ben yom u'vein laila, Adonai Tsebaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamim lo chaleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Aravim. Page 40. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amacha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shofveinu u'vekumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו באורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. והיה אם שמות תשמעו את זה תורה שם. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Top of 43a. אמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל עמו. God's children beheld the power of the divine. They praised and acknowledged God's name willingly, accepting God's sovereignty. And then Moses, Miriam, and the people of Israel joyfully sang unto you. We'll continue with Mi Chamocha, top of page 44. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, malchutecha ra'u vanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe, zeili anu ve'ameru, Adonai imloch לעולם ועד, ונאמר כי פד אדוני את יעקב וגאה לו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. We'll continue with Hashkivenu, page 45. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom V'hamidenu Malkeinu L'chaim Uferos Aleinu Sukkot Shelomecha V'takenenu Beitza Tova Milefanecha V'hoshienu Le'ma'an Shemecha. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us, and you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Uferos aleinu sukkot shelomecha, Baruch atah Adonai hapores sukkot shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. We'll continue now with Vishamru and Chatzi Kaddish, page 46. Please rise. Vishameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. Hilai beini uvein bnei Yisrael oti leolam. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועלמא דברה קירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיא. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תאמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. We'll continue now with the silent private Amidah that begins on page 47 and concludes on page 52. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et Amecha Yisrael bechol eit uvechol sha'a b'shalomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. We will now turn to page 54. We'll continue with the full Kaddish in the middle of the page. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Be'almadi v'rak kirutei v'amlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chay dechol Beit Yisrael b'agalav izman karim ve'imeru. Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'le'al me'amaya yitbarach. Yitbarach v'ishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalav shmei dekudesha b'richu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tush berchata v'nechamata damiran be'alama v'imeru. Amen. Titgabal tzalot ha'onavat ha'ondachol Yisrael kodam avon v'ishmaya v'imeru. Amen. Yehi shlam rabba min shemaya v'chayim alinu vel kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. Ose shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom alinu vel kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. We will continue now with the Friday evening Kiddush on page 55. Please rise. Savarim Adonai v'Rabbanan v'Rabotai, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafe. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabahat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidasha mikol ha'amim v'shabat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabat. L'chaim. We'll continue with Aleinu, page 56. Aleinu l'shtabeach la'adon hakol la'tetiv la'ar'im breshit shelo asanu kegoyeh ha'aratzot velo samanu kemishbechot ha'adama shelo samchelkeinu kahem v'goraleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu kolim u'mishtahavim u'modim Lifnei melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu noteh shamayim veyoser haaretz umoshav yikaro bashamayim mima'al ushechinatu zo begovhei meromim hu Eloheinu einod emet malkeinu efesulato Kakatuv betorato ve'adata hayom היום והשבותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד על כן נכבד לך אדוני אלוהינו לרוב הכתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. We will now take a moment to remember those who are no longer with us. This Shabbat, we remember the yurtzites for the upcoming week of Hannah Levine, Mark Diamond, Manuel Bartnoff, Samuel Feit, Suzanne Koffler, Matilda Braun, Josephine Hayes, Alvin Holliday, Herbert Sherman, and Anna Greenfeld. And if there's anyone else you are remembering this evening, please take a moment to remember them in your mind and in your heart, and may their memory be for goodness and for a blessing. We'll continue with Mourner's Kaddish, page 58. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma Divara Kirutei ve'amlich Malchutei, B'chayechon v'yomechon u'v'chaye dechol Beit Israel, Ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'elam olameh almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal shemed kudesha barichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Okay, in just a few moments, we will conclude with Yigdal, but before then, we have some announcements.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. Tomorrow morning, services are at 9:30, and we will be celebrating an Ufruf of Isai Garcia and Zoe Wiesel. And the service will be followed by a sponsored Kiddush luncheon. And many thanks to the Garcia family for sponsoring the Kiddush in honor of the couple who are to be married. We're looking for volunteers to help sponsor and set up our Friday night Oneg Shabbat. We couldn't find anyone for this week, unfortunately. So for the time being, there won't be any Friday night Oneg Shabbat after services. I hope that someone will be able to step up and fill in. If anyone's interested, let Ellen know. That's Ellen over there, or Rabbi Angris, or Amanda, our office manager. And we appreciate your support and generosity. We have weekday morning services on Mondays and Thursdays at 8 o'clock. There's a minyan and a bagel breakfast afterwards. We're looking for more people to help fill out and make a minyan. Please come anytime, Monday or Thursday morning, if you'd like to participate. The religious school is now accepting registration and enrollment for the new school year. Reach out to Judith Siegel, our religious school director, to get the hold of the registration form and for more information, or if you have any questions. We've initiated a new Touch Shabbat program this year, and the next Touch Shabbat will be June 19th, Friday evening at 5 o'clock. This is aimed at families with children up to 7 years old. And we'll be having this Touch Shabbat service twice a month, and there will be a free family-friendly Shabbat dinner afterwards, but RSVP is required, and you can do that on the website or by calling the synagogue office. And regular Shabbat services will be at 6 o'clock following that, each Shabbat. We're also going to have a Saturday morning Tat Shabbat service on June 27th. And that'll be at 10:30. There will be light snacks. And reach out to Don Thompson or Angelina Lopez Brody for more information. And for any information about any of our upcoming events, contact the main office, check the shofar, or visit our website. And again, thank you so much for joining us. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom. Okay, Yasher Koach. Thank you, Marty. We will conclude now with Yigdal on page 62. יגדל אלוהים חי וישתבח, נמצא ואין עת אל מציאותו, אחד ואין יחיד כייחודו, נעלם וגם אין סוף לאחדותו. אין לו דמות הגוף ואינו גוף, לא נערוך אליו קדושתו, קדמון לכל דבר אשר נברא, ראשון ואין ראשית לראשיתו, הינו אדון עולם וכל נוצר, יורה גדולתו ומלכותו, שפן נבואתו נתנו, אל אנשי סגולתו ותפארתו, לא קם בישראל כמו שעוד, נביא ומביט את תמונתו, תורת אמת נתן לעמו אל, על יד נביאו נאמן ביתו, לא יחליף האל ולא ימיר דתו, לעולמים לזולתו, צופה ויודע צטרנו, מביט לסוף דבר בקדמתו, גומל לאיש חסד כמפעלו, נותן לרשע רע כרישתו, ישלח לקיץ ימין משיחנו, לפדות מחכה קץ ישועתו, מתים יחיה אל ברוב חסדו, ברוך עדי עד שם תהילתו, מתים יחיה אל ברוב חסדו, ברוך עדי עד שם tehillatto. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Please join us tomorrow morning at 9:30 for Shabbat morning services. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos.